Hi, I'm Sharetta,
And I'm Natasha.
and today on Real Talk, we're talking about friendship.
Friendship.
Yes, friendship. So, we've been friends for how long?
Over 33 years.
33 years.
Mhm.
30, that's a long time to
It
be
is.
friends with somebody.
Yes.
Ugh.
Even though I'm only 25.
I don't know what math she's doing, but 33 and 25, I don't get it. But anyway. So we've been friends for 33 years. We met in elementary school during lunch
Yes.
at Woodland Acres Elementary.
Woodland Acres.
And at lunch, I shared my bologna sandwich with her.
And I had snacks.
And she had snacks.
I still got the snacks.
Right, because I just had some today before we got started.
That's the truth.
So, yeah, she shared her snacks with me. And that's just was the beginning of our friendship at that point.
Yeah, we bonded over food.
Right. And so we known each other for the 33 years. We had a really good friendship. We lost contact after we graduated high school for a little while. I graduated from Inglewood.
Wilson.
And so with us going to different high schools, that's how we end up losing contact. We started making new friends and things like that. We still kept in contact for a little while. And then afterwards, I ended up moving away. She was still here. So that's how we end up losing contact for a while.
Yeah.
But when I
Never nothing negative, though.
Never nothing negative, no.
We fall out of that.
And then, so when I came back, we ended up coming in contact on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And so by us coming in contact on Facebook, we just went back to like as if we never lost contact. We did catching up with each other, and then after that, we were back to our normal friendship.
Back to going to eat.
That's it. Going to eat. What we do best.
Right.
So we haven't had any issues in our friendship. There has been times where I may have befriended someone, or she may have befriended someone, and in befriending them, they may have tried to cause issues to separate us.
Yeah.
But it ain't work because we still here.
I ain't going nowhere.
Right. And I'm not either. So no matter how hard anyone tries.
Yeah.
But with that being said, today's topic leads us into our segue into what we're going to talk about today, which is friendship.
Right. So, Sharetta, how do you choose a friend? Like, what do you use to measure the value of a friendship? Not just me, but like any friend that you select.
So, how I choose my friendship is longevity, meaning tenure. How long I've known this person. Sometimes that involves me measuring the value of our friendship, what they can bring to me, what they're able to do for me in my life and where I'm at. Not saying that I don't do things as well, but we're just talking about how I value someone that I call a friend.
Right.
The things that how they can add value to my life. Someone that's dependable, reliable, consistent, being able to communicate, because sometimes you can't communicate your needs or even have a friendship with somebody that can't really communicate what they want in a friendship or even what they want out of life. So how can I be your friend and we don't know what you want or how I can help you or you can help me in a friendship?
I agree.
Yeah, so with that, how do you measure the value of your friendship or choose a friend?
I choose friends by, first of all, if I meet you and your energy is off, I don't even want to be your friend, because it's like I take that very seriously, and if it's just something telling me like you are a good person, then I will try to get to know you and include you in my friend circle. But the way I measure the value of a friend is like piggyback it off of what you said. I have to be able to rely on them and depend on them to a certain level, because you do need somebody that can, I guess, be there if you need something. Not always materialistic things, but somebody you can vent to if I need somebody to talk to, and you're somewhat available because you need somebody to have an outlet, in your life. And I just, I think it's important for friends to be, around, in a sense of, just communication. Communication is very important to me. So if I can feel like I can rely on you for at least a conversation or something that's on my mind I need to express, then you'll be a good friend to me.
That's good. That's good. So now, with that being said, do you get upset when your friend make new friends, and do you even feel like you have to befriend your friend's friend?
I don't get upset or intimidated by my friends making new friends because I'm friendly, but I don't necessarily want to be friends with all my friends' friends, but I will, be nice to them or whatever, because it's hard for me to even call somebody my friend, so I don't automatically just like, oh, if you bring somebody around, I'm like, that's my friend too. We're gonna have to examine all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you get upset when your friends make new friends, or just feel like you have to be their friend also?
So when my friend make new friends, I'm glad that they make new friends.
Right.
Because that way it takes a load off of me, in a sense. Not saying that they put a load on me or pressure on me. It makes it easier to, when they call me, it's like, okay, I'm able to be there because you got somebody else there that's kind of helping taking it, versus my friend is calling me every day because I'm their only friend. I don't want to be anybody's only friend, because I feel like that'd be a lot to be able to be someone's only friend.
I agree.
And no, I don't want to befriend their friends because they're not my friend. They're their friends. It's something that they had in common for that person to even address them or approach them, and they became friends, to whereas we may not have that same thing in common. So I don't feel the need to be their friends. Now, I would like to meet them, and the reason I would like to meet them is somewhat for some approval, but just to know that, okay, that this person is genuine to my friend.
Right.
And it's not necessarily to say I want to meet them because, I got to see who you hanging with. No, I just need to know that you're a good fit for my friend, for my friend, and that's pretty much it. And now if things lead to it to where we do become friends or become close, at the end of the day, I still know that that's not my friend. It's my friend's friend. So I'm not going to try to overtake that relationship or anything. Like, if you want to hang out and you got your friend with us, cool. I'm okay with that. It's just that I don't want to say, I'm calling your friend by myself and me and her hanging out. No, we're not going to do that.
But it's okay to be friends with your friend's friends. It's just like, that's not how it automatically happens for us.
Right.
But, if other people, want to make friends with their friends' friends, that's not a negative thing. It's just not how we,
Right.
It's gonna take some time.
Exactly.
Okay, but yeah, so let's just move on. That's fine. So what do you think makes a friend a bad friend or envious?
I would say what makes a friend a bad friend is when I can no longer depend on them, or when they're saying that, we're gonna do this, and they keep canceling. Something like that will make someone a bad friend. Also, like I said, not being able to depend on them no more. Sometimes when people can't communicate effectively, I feel like, in a sense, that's becoming a bad friend almost, because something is going on to where before we were communicating, but now you can't. I wouldn't just cut off the friendship. I'll try to figure out, hey, let's talk. What's the problem? Because our friendship has been off, or our vibe been off. Let's see what we can do to get back on track.
Right. If you value the friendship.
Right. Because I value the friendship. And if we can't get back on track, okay, cool. Well, let's just pretty much call it what it is at that point, What about you? What makes a friend a bad friend or envious?
I feel like if it's getting to a point where I can't communicate with you something good that's happening in my life, or if I achieve something that's positive and I want to share it with you, and I just feel like I have to be hesitant with my good news, then it's probably time to just let that go. Because if I feel like I can't celebrate all my victories with you, then what am I having you in my life for? Like, that's a big part of life, is being able to celebrate the good and the bad with people. You need people around you that can uplift you when you're doing good and pick you up when you're doing bad. And if you're always there when I'm doing bad, and that making you feel like, I'm gonna look at your side eye. If you always happy when I'm down, instead of happy when I'm doing something positive or up, then I'm just gonna cut it off. We ain't finna go no further than that.
Okay. So with that being said, you saying go no further than that. So when is it time to stop being friends? Pretty much
going into what I just said. If I just feel like I can't just give or say something that's positive that's going on in my life, and you always got something negative to say, or if I just feel like every time something good is going on for me and you giving me the side eye or saying something slick, then I just say it's time for us to stop being friends, because it's gonna get fake to me eventually, because you're just gonna be around just because like we just knew each other for a long time, so I'm just keep being your friend even though I'm feeling a certain type of way. But that's where communication comes into play. You have to be able to express your feelings, or if you notice something negative going on and they're acting a certain way every time something good is happening for you, you should communicate about it first. But if they don't have a valid reason why they're feeling that way, then it's time to end the friendship. So when do you think is a good time to stop being friends?
I feel like the time to stop being friend is when that person is no longer adding value to me. I feel like when they start subtracting or taking away from my life, or taking away from me, at that point, that's when it's time to kind of end the friendship or call it. Especially if we have been having issues going forward where there's always some type of arguing or some type of something. It's always something. I don't want to be in any type of friendship or relationship like that, because
to share it with you, and I just feel like I have to be hesitant with my good news, and it's probably time to just let that go, because if I feel like I can't celebrate all my victories with you, then what am I having you in my life for? Like that's a big part of life, is being able to celebrate the good and the bad with people. You need people around you that can uplift you when you're doing good and pick you up when you're doing bad. And if you're always there when I'm doing bad, and that making you feel like I'm gonna look at your side eye. You always happy when I'm down, instead of happy when I'm doing something positive or up, then I'm just gonna cut it off. We ain't finna go no further than that.
Okay. So with that being said, you saying go no further than that. So when is it time to stop being friends? Pretty much
going into what I just said. If I just feel like I can't just give or say something that's positive that's going on in my life, and you always got something negative to say, or if I just feel like every time something good is going on for me and you giving me the side eye or saying something slick, then I just say it's time for us to stop being friends, because it's gonna get fake to me eventually, because you're just gonna be around just because like we just knew each other for a long time, so I'm just keep being your friend even though I'm feeling a certain type of way. But that's where communication comes into play. You have to be able to express your feelings, or if you notice something negative going on and they're acting a certain way every time something good is happening for you, you should communicate about it first. But if they don't have a valid reason why they're feeling that way, then it's time to end the friendship. So when do you think is a good time to stop being friends?
I feel like the time to stop being friend is when that person is no longer adding value to me. I feel like when they start subtracting or taking away from my life, or taking away from me, at that point, that's when it's time to kind of end the friendship or call it. Especially if we have been having issues going forward where there's always some type of arguing or some type of something. It's always something. I don't want to be in any type of friendship or relationship like that, because I don't have time for that.
I don't even think we ever got in an argument. Like, we have a disagreement is different versus an argument. But I don't think we ever had an argument before.
I agree. So that's when I would say. And then when it's someone I realize that you're no longer happy for me when I'm accomplishing something, when it's like almost like a chore for you to want to be around me or hang around me and stuff like that. And yes, you can tell. I feel like at that point it's time to go ahead and call it what it is.
I agree.
And not all friendships end on a bad note, but sometimes you just have to know when it's time to call it on that friendship.
True.
Yeah,
I agree. Okay, so do you think your friends have very much influence over your life and your life decisions?
I would say no. My friends don't really have much of influence on my life decisions, because usually I have already made my decision on what I was going to do
Pretty much.
by the time I let them know, like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and today it'll do this, this, and this. By 2025, it'll be doing this, this, and this. Because I don't just see it for the now; I see it for the future. So that's why I made the decision to go ahead and do it. And I don't allow my friends to dictate my life decisions because they may only be able to see it for the now if I present it to them versus for the future.
Right.
And it's my vision to see it through or to see it, period. So, no, they don't have any influence on my life decisions. What about you? Do your friends have any influence on your life decision?
I wouldn't say they have very much influence because we are both air signs, so we kind of fixed on how we do things. Like if we see something in our mind, we're gonna automatically just do it on our own, just because that's the nature of our the way we think. So like you said, once I have something in place, I'm gonna do it, and then I'll bring it to my friends like, look, I'm doing this, this, and this, and then I value the opinion, you know, of what they might think about it, but I don't think I would let that influence what I'm gonna do. 'Cause I'm gonna still do it. If I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, but even if, you know, if people have friends who influence them in their life, that's not a bad thing. It's just like, I think that's just the way we kind of think. But yeah, like some people need a positive influence because if you over here always doing something ratchet and bad, you need some Tasha and Sharetta in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Get you one.
and that's real. But yeah, like some people, it's okay if you have a friend who is a little bit more of a positive influence that you might, you know, can pull from and let them, you know, help you, guide you a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, I agree. So now, with that being said, are you a good friend, or do you consider yourself a good friend?
Man, I'm the best friend anybody can have. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I know what it takes to be a good friend. So I try to be a good friend. So I do want that in return. I'm nurturing. I'm caring. I'm sensitive. Everybody think I'm a thug, but I'm not.
She gangsta,
But I'm very sensitive, so I always try to take people's feelings into consideration.
Right.
And then I'll make sure that my move is always like, okay, I don't want to do this and make this person feel that type of way. So I think that makes me a good friend because I'm very considerate and caring.
Yeah.
You think you're a good friend?
I feel like I'm not a good friend. I'm a great friend. Because like I know what type of friend I want or how I want someone to treat me. So I would treat the person the way I want to be treated. But at the same time, I know that may not be how they want to be treated. So being a friend or a good friend, I'll find out how do they want to be treated or what do they like and things like that. So that way I can know and better be able to understand the dynamics of our friendship at that point.
Right.
So yes, I feel like I'm a good friend because I have a lot to value, a lot to give to anybody that becomes my friend. Now, that's not a solicitation for me to get new friends, but I feel like I am a great friend because I can add value to your life.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, that kind of concludes our topic on friendship for today.
Yes.
And so, again, we want to kind of go back and talk about friendship. On friendship, we know that not everybody is supposed to be in your life for a lifetime. We know that sometimes you have friends, they may come and go. You have friends for a reason. You have friends for a season. You may have friends for a lifetime.
Right.
So with that being said, you just got to figure out which role that person fits in your life, the reason, season, or a lifetime. And when I say reason, I mean reason meaning you could be going through something in your life at that time, so that's why they're your friend for that particular reason.
Right.
For a season, you may have someone that's your friend for the summer months, the winter months, or whatever.
A seasonal friend.
So we need to know what they're there for at that season, you know, and then for the lifetime. Like I feel like Tasha has been my friend for a lifetime, and that's her place in my life because it's like family, you know. I call her sister. Everybody knows that's my sister. That's right. Not really. Some people don't even know that we're best friends. Everybody just think we're sisters because we say it so much. But right. So I feel like she's that person that's in my life for a lifetime. I have a couple other people I feel that way about too. Not to, you know, talk about them or put them out there, but at the same time, I just feel like you have to know what role people play in your life and what they're there for.
Very important.
Yes,
I agree. And like I said, a friendship is a two-way street. It's kind of almost like a relationship, even though you have, just a friendship. You don't be with them every single day, but you still need to communicate and know your boundaries within the friend and within the friendship, and make sure that. I'm sorry, that threw me off. Go ahead. Yes, but you just need to make sure that you are the friend that you want to be, and you have to make sure that you are open with your friend, honest with your friend, trustworthy with your friend. Everything that you want to receive, you have to extend that to the friends that you're going to have in your life, because you do need friends. Friends are a very important part of your life, even though you don't have to necessarily communicate with them every day. Mm-hmm. You do need a friend. Everybody needs somebody that they can talk to or vent to, or either, help you, motivate you, whatever it is you got going on in your life. Yes. You do need that.
Just knowing that you have that person that I can call if I just need to talk.
Right.
And I just want you to listen with no judgment, no nothing. You need to have someone that's a friend.
Don't judge your friends, man. That's big. A lot of people, that's the problem. They everybody's not going to do everything the same way that you do it. So you have to let people, be who they are, but still always try to stay on the right side of positivity. That's right. We about positivity over here.
Positivity. That's it. Positive vibes.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, that concludes our show. Today's discussion on friendship. We hope that you enjoyed watching our show today. We hope that you continue to watch our show. Our next show is going to be aired on Monday, September the 12th. Continue watching our show on YouTube. September the 20th. Yes. I'm sorry, September 20th. Make sure you go on to YouTube, subscribe, and like our channel, as well as going on our social media pages. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, and we'll soon be on TikTok. Yes. We're not quite there yet, but make sure you follow us. All that information will be in the credit on how you can follow our channels, but don't forget to like, share, and comment. Let us know, is there any topics you want us to talk about, or you want to be heard on in reference to topics. So just let us know. We're going to be talking about various topics each time we have our show, different things. So if it's something that you want to hear our feedback on, let us know. We might even have a show to where we just do nothing but answer questions from our viewers. Maybe one day. That'll be a good topic. Ooh. So with that being said, that concludes our show for today. And until next time, peace.
Oh, man.